Keep the track rolling. Keep the track rolling. While the mic is hot. While the mic is hot. Keep the track rolling. Keep the track rolling. While the mic is hot. While the mic is hot. I was born to boogie. Planet Queen and all your wookies. Called superstar. Running up my tab at the bar.
Shane the Brain, this is SoundWorks Media. I am here with another recording super guest of ours here. This is Eric Meyers from The Rev.
Hey, just a proud volunteer for the Whiskey Rebellion. Everybody, how you doing?
And we're so glad that he's recording his latest album here. How many songs are on your this album?
So we're on a tirade. We are working on about the 10th of 18 right now. So we've been in SER for about the last year, putting everything together. First 4 are finishing out. Next 4 are due to be released this fall. And so we're finishing up the next 10 as we speak. In fact, just track guitars tonight.
Right on. And it's all got like, you seem to have like a water surfer theme, like.
Yeah, great observation. So this does merit a little bit of explanation. I've kind of been bouncing around for a lot of years now. I'm from Arizona, but I've lived in a lot of places with water, and that was on purpose. I love to surf, I love to spearfish, I love to dive, I love all things ocean. And a lot of this last record was inspired by my time spent by the water and, you know, frankly, kind of bouncing around. I don't know if I'd go so far as to call myself a drifter necessarily, but moving from place to place, observing, living, and kind of taking it all in. And a lot of that happened by the ocean. Some of the songs on this record, if you listen closely, you will find that it's not all rainbows and skittles, that it's not all happy moments. You know, I went through a lot of challenges. Some of the songs on this record were inspired by life-threatening moments.
You were like trapped in like what, like an underwater cave? I'm probably elaborating, but I mean like an underwater cave or something. You drowned, and that was like I mean, you had like a new lease on life or something, right? And like, I mean,
very nearly. Yeah, that's a great description. You kind of come to a point where I guess, and this is probably not uncommon with musicians, but where you're willing to devote yourself to the craft and to the music because you've kind of come to the end of yourself, if that makes any sense. And as far as being trapped in an underwater cave, that's exactly what happened. I got really into free diving and spearfishing, and for those of you who haven't done it, it's kind of like scuba with no tanks, no air. It's a big breath hold. So I was down off of San Diego hunting for lobsters one night, going down really deep. It was about midnight, and I got washed into a cave. I was looking for lobsters. They hide around rocks. Got swept in, and almost did not make it out. And that night, for lack of a better explanation, helped me put things into perspective. And that's when the music really started coming, and that's when I kind of said, you know, I've tried a lot of different things. Music is the one thing that I always came back to, and maybe this is someone or something telling me that it's time to commit fully and go all in on music.
when I hear your music, it's got elements of pop, it's got elements of country, and you know, I'd even describe it, you know, it kind of has a watery feel to it. You might even call it swampy. How would you describe your music? Does that kind of ring true, kind of?
I think that's a great description. It is, parts of it are very swampy. What we're doing is we're drawing from a lot of the things that we all loved growing up that we don't necessarily hear anymore. The name The Rev is short for The Revival, and that pertains directly to the songwriting. So we're drawing from swampy outlaw country that we loved growing up that you don't really hear anymore. We're drawing from some of the great pop hooks, the Beach Boys, the Beatles, really, really early stuff. So if you hear that beachy vibe in there, it's probably not a mistake that I'm a huge Brian Wilson Beach Boys fan, so you'll hear that.
A lot of those harmonies in here.
A lot of those harmonies. And as far as the country, as I see it in today's world, that's where a lot of the real songwriting is still in country. It's not very mechanical. You have to roll up your sleeves and write hooks and write chord chases, write songs. So we're drawing from all those things, and what comes out is this almost an indie country sound, and you're right, it's swampy at times. There's a beachy, very melodic feel at times. That's that Beach Boys, Beatles, Britpop kind of influence. So I think you nailed it.
Well, I know you're working on. You said you're about 10 out of 18 songs through.
Yeah.
And recording here at SER Soundworks. We play a little bit of. I got Whiskey Rebellion.
Oh, that's a fun one.
I mean, that's one that I haven't heard, like, you know, I mean, we're only 10 out of 18 through, so I haven't heard all the songs, but
don't worry,
Whiskey Rebellion is one that, you know, we got to film some footage here and stuff like that.
Yeah, we did. Oh, that's a fun one. Yeah, let's pull that up.
What other videos do you have out? Is this the only one that you made a music video for? What other ones have you made?
We have 2 brand new videos. The first kind of theatrical video is for our newer release that's called Sea Level, and sure enough, as the name suggests, that was shot in San Diego at the beach. Our next video is about to come out, and that is also shot on location, San Diego, and that is his first song called The Theory of Everything. Very Beach Boys-esque, if I may say so myself. I hope it came out that way. It was intended to. So that'll be our second sort of theatrical release. And then Whiskey Rebellion has its own video, El Diablo has its own video, and lots more to come.
Right on. Check out the Rev online. What shout outs can you give for your websites? Where can we find you? All that good stuff.
Oh, we'd love for you to check in with us. All of our handles are the same. It's all Music by the Rev. So if you go to www.musicbytherev, that's our website. Our Instagram handle, @musicbytherev. Facebook, @musicbytherev. Can't miss us.
All right. This is SoundWorks Media, Shane the Brain. Let's sign off.
Keep the track rolling. Keep the track rolling. While the mic is hot. While the mic is hot. Keep the track rolling. Keep the track rolling. While the mic is hot. While the mic is hot. I was born to boogie, Planet Queen and all your wookies, called Superstar. Running up my tab at